Going to do an unboxing today of a new ham radio that I just picked up to replace my aging ICOM that is giving me nothing but headaches. So let's see what I picked up, and I'm not going to go over the operation of it in this one just yet. This is just an unboxing. Let's see what I got. Welcome to my official unboxing. I'm keeping you guys in suspense as to what I've got here. It cost me enough money, so we'll experience this together. This is the official unboxing of my Yaesu FTM 300D. This is a C4 FM 2-meter 440 transceiver, ham radio transceiver. I picked it up from Radio World. $650 is what this thing cost. It's the first new ham radio I've purchased new in at least 20 years. The last new one I got was 2002. And it was the ICOM IC2800, which has had some display problems. I fixed it once. It's now got more display problems, and I'm quite frankly getting tired of fixing it. So I figured it was time to invest in something a little bit newer, and this is it. This features the new C4 FM digital, also called Fusion transmission. Now there are 3 types of digital transmissions that amateurs use. One of them is D-Star, that's an ICOM exclusive, and then some of the guys are using the other format, which is the commercial radios. DMR, I have a DMR radio here. I've very seldom used it because I can't seem to get into anything on DMR, except for one American repeater that I can sometimes hit, but being that I'm quite a ways away, a little handheld just doesn't really cut it. And hooking up an external antenna to this is a pain in the butt because you got a cable, heavy coaxial cable connected to the top of the radio. But again, they're not very powerful, so I decided a little more power. And Fusion seems to be the future. The DMRs are kind of a pain to work with. Anybody who's dealt with DMR knows all about that. You got to put it in channels and slot, and there's different tiers of service. Some radios are tier 1, some are tier 2 radios, and they won't communicate with each other. So yeah, this one here, I got that. This one's junk. You know, it's a Bofang, but it does the job, but it's not really a great unit. They're cheap though. They're cheap. Anyway, this is the official unboxing of this one. So I'm not going to show the radio off other than what's in the box in this video. This is just an unboxing, and I'll be doing another one at a future date. Once I get it set up and figure out how to program it, then I'll show you guys how it works. But this is what's in the box. So first things first, open up the box, and we're going to have our everything's all packed in one. I expected them to be in separate. Of course, the manual, which is quite thick because it's going to go through all the features of the radio, which I'll be reading later. We've got the microphone. Good old Yaesu hand mic. We've also got mounting brackets to mount it in a car, as it's a mobile radio. Microphone clip. Screws. Comes with a remote mounting cable. This is so that the headset, or the head of the unit, can be remotely mounted from the radio. The radio that's in my car, for example, the radio is mounted in the back, and the control head is mounted up front. That's the cable that connects the two of them together. And there should be a DC power cord in here somewhere, which there is. DC power cable for connecting it to your 13.8 volt power supply. And of course, here's the goods. The radio itself, and that's what we want to see. We want to see the radio. This thing's pretty chunky and it weighs a few pounds. There's the main radio itself. Control cable plugs into here, and the microphone plugs into the other one. One is a 6-pin, like a telephone jack, and the other one's an RJ45, so an RJ11 and RJ45. And of course the antenna plugs into the back. You've got a data port for data use, external speaker A and B for the UHF and the VHF bands, and of course the antenna connector. Fan on the back to keep everything cool, and it comes with a mounting bracket, of course, and the mounting bracket should release from here. Just like that. So you can mount the mounting bracket where you want it and then slide the radio in. And of course I'm sure that the front nose piece probably can go right on the radio itself, which is going to be inside this other compartment in the box. Here's the... Okay, so perfect. It comes with a short cable so that you can connect it directly to the radio itself. And this one here is going to be a data cable, probably for programming the radio. We'll just open this one up. And it's just a standard USB to USB-B, I think this one is, the mini USB, the standard one, the original. And you can plug that right into the side of the radio here. Just like that, so you can plug it into a computer to download frequency data and so forth to the unit itself. Comes with a color 2-inch LCD screen. And if you're not going to mount the radio remotely, which I won't be, you can plug the control head directly into the radio right there, and the microphone plugs in next to it. And it's got another data port on the front of the radio as well. Again, I'll have to read the instruction manual to see what it does, but cable routes out like that, and then the front panel will just snap onto the front of the radio. Has a mount for remote mounting it. 2 little clips on the side. Just engage with the side of the panel, and it snaps down just like that. And there it is. So that's pretty much the extent of this video right now. This was just an unboxing. Okay, when the radio is first turned on, the first thing you enter is your call sign, because in digital mode it will transmit your call sign out for others to see while you are talking. And just a couple of the features on the radio. First of all, I haven't programmed any frequencies in yet, but there's a couple buttons on here that are of interest. One here is, what does this one do? I didn't read that one up yet. Analog and digital selection is right here. So you can select FM, auto FM, or digital, This being an FM repeater, we'll select FM. This other repeater down here will operate as a digital repeater. And again, you can select auto or manual mode, or in fact this repeater can actually operate in analog mode as well with a tone, so it can operate as analog or digital. But that's basically it. I just plugged it in right now. Some of the features that we've got, if I go into display mode, for example, it'll give me a spectrum display which will show me other operators in the area. So there's somebody operating down here, and if I dial up there, I can find out who's on that channel. And something's going on there, but it's not breaking the squelch. This is the fusion repeater, or one of the fusion repeaters in the area. If I go back to VHF, here's all the other signals that are popping in and out there on the VHF band, and they can then tune in and find other signals that might be in operation. Gives you an idea where there's other activity that may be operating in the band. Etc., etc. Anyway, That's about all I'm going to show on this one right now. We'll do another video in the next couple days. I would think I'll do one once I get the radio programmed up and go through some of the features. As I say, I really haven't had a chance to play with it yet. I've just plugged it in and turned it on and made one contact on it so far, and it's sounding pretty good. Here's another example. Someone else is operating here. That's a digital repeater, or it could be a DMR for that matter, but when others are operating, we will see them show up in the band. Here's someone operating here, and just dial it in. Oh, they're not on now. While they're transmitting, it will show up to them before they stop.
Yeah, I don't, but since I cut it off, I was wanting to get that for a to-go node with me, but yeah, I've been, I got, I don't know what I got. I got the crud and my chest was sore from coughing. But anyway, back to you, Mike. Douglas, I'm choking here along with you. I'm very happy to hear that. And you know, Douglas,
so it's a neat little feature because it lets you, if you're scanning the band, it lets you find other people that might be on the air. Like another repeater there, 440-925. Somebody else talking down here, you see? Maybe the same one. That's the same one.
keep this hobby going in the right direction.
But when the band is active, it lets you go through and find where everybody is. If you tune, and you're in digital mode and you tune to an analog station, you'll notice that the little signal bar will flash green, and in that case you have to switch to FM. If you're in auto, it'll automatically select. Automatically, it'll select both ways.
Calling me Mickey, it's getting confusing.
But if you're in digital mode, digital only,
Love to hear success.
if you're in digital only mode, like this one, then if you tune an analog signal, you just get a flashing green bar to indicate that the signal you're receiving is an analog signal. So then you have to use this button over here to switch to analog.
Kilo Mike 4, Victor Papa Golf, and check out Douglas's QRZ page. He's got some cool homebrew.
And likewise, if you tune into a digital signal, when you're in FM mode, you will just hear a digital noise. See, digital is, this is one of the ones here. But again, no one's talking. But if it was in digital, you'd hear just noise on FM radio. And then you could switch either to auto. In this case, it'll auto receive. But we'll do another one in the next week or two once I've got it all programmed up and figure out how it works. And then I can go into a more in-depth operation of this one. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.